What's going on, guys? This is Wolfie Kingston on the Wolfie Kingston channel. Back at it again with the Wolf's Den. Instead of Doki Doki Literature Club, this is going to be called WOLFY WOLFY Literature Club because I do what I fucking want. I'm at Starbucks using the Wi-Fi to play Doki Doki, and I'm trying to find the first episode I recorded yesterday. So I'm gonna continue where we left off, and until I find the first episode, we're just gonna continue where we left off. So let's just get started. Alright, so we're reading a poem. Let's read it to Monica. Hi, Wolfie. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, we'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Same. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Wolfie. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayuri would like. If that's so. You and Sayuri are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Oh, well, we may be good friends, but Sayuri and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poems. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayuri's writing was kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, it's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kind of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. Hole in wall. It could have been me. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? Sorry. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out the sun. Out the sun, but it's too late. My readiness already scorned with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole full of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I wasn't looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what did you think? It's very freeform, if it's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lies. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess I could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on the specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, shit. Oh, alright, well, I don't know what happened there. Sorry guys, I need to check something real quick. Oh, we're still going. Okay, good, we're still going. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. Okay. Alright, now I'm able to see your guys's, I'm able to see your guys' comments, so before we continue, let me read what it says. Hi, Young Gravy, am I going to the... I don't understand what that is. Hi, Orion, what's going on? Hi, Diamond Cutter, what's going on? Young Gravy, what's going on? Like, I don't understand what you mean. Now, for the people that are still watching, you can now, like, comment on this. I can actually talk to you guys. Alright, let's move on. Making sure. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me perfectly, too. Alright. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize as new writers is that they try to make their new style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and bullying them, building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Huh, she's smiling. It's kind of funny. After all, it's supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the taste of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green light of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you so long time to read. How the fuck did you know it took me a long time to read this shit? Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Wolfie. Really. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets after express their own thoughts, feeling, and experience in their own. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even noticed of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew. I guess that's everyone. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Shit. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. Eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They generally exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Turn to the poem and desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. Jesus Christ. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sorry you liked it. And Wolfie did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Wolfie liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh god, what are you doing? That's not what you're just... Maybe you're just jealous that Wolfie appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Bars. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Wolfie started showing up. What the fuck? Come on. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Wolfie, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could ever get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Wolfie. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary and limited to yourself, it's only a waste. You understand that, right, Wolfie? Well? Fuck. How do I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing anyway. But whomst I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh god, this isn't fair. Oh, shut up, X-Death. Fuck, who do I choose? Help me, Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki. Yuri? Sayori! Eh? Yeah? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Wolfie. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they're always... big and beautiful. Sayori... I'll make some tea. So this is why Sayori is vice president. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader. Yeah, if it keeps going offline for you guys, I'm sorry. Remember, I'm using Starbucks Wi-Fi, so I can only do so much. I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. God damn it. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. Wasn't able to say anything either. Well... I guess that you... There we go. Giggle. Special. I would love to be lucky. I love candy. Like being comfort. I always jump.